Hello, ciao, konnichiwa, hello. For all the Movie Guys podcast fans, this is Jordan, along with Eric and Ed. How you guys doing tonight?
I caught off guard. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm doing.
salutations.
I did that because those were the hellos in the different languages of the top four countries that download us.
Oh.
Did you seriously learn that just for that? I'm proud of you.
Yes, yeah, I did. Our number two most country that downloads us is Japan, followed by Germany, and then Italy.
Oh.
So
Oh,
to all our Japanese people,
Arigato.
konnichiwa,
Yeah.
konnichiwa. Yeah, yep.
and
And then and
all my paisans back at the boot. Much
ciao.
love.
Danke.
And of
So,
course, are the Germans. Hello.
is that your was that an accent or a
Hello.
language or just say
I don't know. I don't know. Siri
I
translated
say
it as
Danke. It's just
hello.
like I think I could probably put more, but I don't know. The only thing I retained in German from my high school was like ich bin ein Kartoffel, which is I am a potato.
Of course.
That's
Yeah.
I took that to Munich with me.
And if the fans are hearing that my voice is a little raspy today, I'm just trying to get over bronchitis here 3 weeks, so I do apologize. But if you have downloaded this episode, that means you're interested in the versus episode. It is Eric versus myself. I am going to be representing Jigsaw tonight, and Eric will be representing Suburbicon, and we're going to try to convince Ed on which movie he has to see. So we've done this before with All Eyes on Me and what was it,
Detroit?
Detroit? So this is part 2 of our versus episode.
Wait, it was Detroit and
I
something
thought it was
else.
All Eyes on Me.
No, All Eyes on Me was something else. It was Detroit and I was just looking at it too. Doesn't matter.
Dark Tower?
Oh yeah, Dark Tower.
It was Detroit and Dark Tower, yeah.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. So, well, so anyway, so thank you so much for downloading, guys. We really do appreciate it. But we're gonna get kicking off right here in the show. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this with Siri tonight. I don't know if you guys can hear it. You probably can't. Eric, do you want heads or you want tails?
I will take tails. Tails never
He'll
fails.
take tails. I will say Siri, flip a coin, and we'll see. Now, okay. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Tails.
You got tails there, Eric.
Okay. Suburbicon. Let me ask you already off the bat, Ed. How much do you know about Suburbicon?
How much do I know about Suburbicon?
Wonderful. It's directed by George Clooney. It's written by the Coen brothers and maybe a few more bros. Doesn't really matter. You get the Coens
Sounds
on it,
awesome.
and you have a nice cast. I mean, just like obviously within that family. So you have your Matt Damon is in it, obviously, and then obviously there are secondary characters that I've seen before in Coen brothers movies. Kind of thugs or henchmen type thing. Julianne Moore's in it. Oscar Wilde is in it, who is one of my top favorite actors right now. Oscar Isaac. I'm sorry. Did I say Oscar Wilde? Jesus. Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Anyway, so a great all-star cast. I don't know too much about this movie going in. I just know that who directed it. It's George Clooney's one of his. Is it his debut? Or actually, I probably should look that up before I had done that. I don't think it was his debut, was it? Oh no, he did Leatherheads, Good Night, Good Luck. That was Adventures of a Dangerous Mind. So anyway, he's back at it again, but under the tutelage of the Coen brothers, who listen. I think it's a dark comedy. This is what the Coen brothers are kind of known for doing now. And at first I thought they were just trolling Hollywood for a couple decades, but now it seems very clear to me that they've sucked George Clooney into their fucking spell, and they love to make these dark comedies. I don't know who um, who enjoys these dark comedies. End of sentence, I guess. But it's they keep on making them, and it's they're not really anything. I don't know, not anything new. I feel like they tried to do a whole lot of. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the shit starts in 1950s suburban. Like there's this whole kind of reel of 1950s propaganda film where come to the suburbs where your mailman's white and so are the fences type thing. Uh,
So is the
it's
milk.
yeah. The movie starts with, "Did you see the new neighbors? Hey, have you seen the new neighbors? Hey, have you seen the new neighbors?" And it's a African American couple, a black family that moved in, and the white suburb doesn't take too kindly to it. They're all kind of, whoa, look at that! What the? Hey, darling, what's going on over there? Type thing, and
Mhm.
as you would with that good old fashioned racism in the 1950s that they're so well known for, right? Um,
Sure.
what the movie does well is show the ridiculousness of the attitude and the maybe the demeanor of the times and that of also a white family. Um, what it didn't do well was tell one story. I George, I think this movie would have been a lot better if you had just told one story instead of doing this whole racist thing. It really wasn't needed in the movie at all.
Okay.
The story because my theater experience, I had a very unruly audience, and there was some talking that went back and forth that involved myself. I had to tell these people to be quiet, and
Oh.
an usher got involved, and at the end of the movie, um, it got awkward really fast. It got awkward real fast for me because it just did. Because of this fight that we had in the theater because people were talking. But that kind of ruined the movie for me. Um, Either way, the movie tried to tell the story. Can I tell spoilers? Should I just go all in? Or no, I can't.
Please do. Yeah. No,
But
no,
I'm
I'm
trying
okay
to
with
sell
that. Please do.
I'm trying to sell you on it though, right? Oh, I guess so. Basically, new neighbors move in. It's getting real awkward. Then we meet the family, um, which is Matt Damon. It starts pretty quick with there being people who are coming into these home intruders. They're coming in, these two men, and there are these Julianne Moore plays twins. Um, One mother who's in a wheelchair and her sister, her abled sister. Uh, and then there was the kid. The movie starts with these men coming in the house. They tie them all up. They kill the mom in the wheelchair, and yeah, and this kid kind of sees it, and it fucks him up. Why they did that though is because, and this is typical white family fucked upness, I guess, and nobody can see my air quotes when I did that. Uh, um, but they're trying to claim on the insurance fraud. They're trying to claim life insurance so that he and the other Julianne Moore, the sister, can live happily ever after and get all the insurance money and start anew. But Oscar Isaac, the insurance agent, smells something fishy, and slowly but surely, in pure Coen brother fashion, Clooney fashion, in a dark comedy, things slowly kind of fall apart. And that's the comedy of it, is in the errors of this, of taking this plan that Matt Damon and Julianne Moore were, set to kill their sister or wife, get insurance, and then how their plan's slowly falling apart. That's the comedy of it. While this is
Okay.
going on, that new neighbor, they're increasingly getting harassed throughout this movie. It starts with just people loitering outside their house. It increases to them making noises. It gets more to like picket fences. It gets bad. The climax is when they're like throwing Molotov cocktails at their house and car and shit. Uh, yeah.
Jeez.
The end of the movie is kind of like, I don't know. Again, it's a domino effect. Everything just kind of falls apart. Just doon to doon to doon to doon to doon. Very predictable. This happens. This happens. This happens. This happens. This happens. Everyone dies. Movie's done. One last shot to show that the black family is the only normal family in the entire white suburb, and pan out. And clip end. That's the movie. Sure, that's the story. I, I'm not selling it too much, but frankly, it wasn't a bad movie. I was just disappointed. Have you ever
Okay.
have you ever got? I've said this. I'm telling people all the time. Have you ever gone to a meeting and it was like a 2 hour long meeting, and then after you get out, you're just like, well, we could have done that in an email.
Yes.
That is this movie. This movie was hour and 45 minutes. This movie could have been done 15 minutes. Easy. Could have been done in easy 15 minutes. There was and again, typical of these fucking Coen brothers and their movies as of late. If they're not taking it directly from like a book or like Homer's The Odyssey or some shit like that, their characters often lack substance. I don't feel anything for them. You know, I don't care for them. Um, it worked in this movie only because the kid in this movie stole the show. I felt for him because I didn't feel for anyone else in this movie.
Really?
Yeah. So this kid in this movie who's obviously going through this horrible traumatic experience steals the show. He's a great actor. Everything is well acted in this movie, as you would expect. It's believable. It's on point. The scenery is great. It's 1950s, so that part is great. But it's our 44-minute movie, or 45-minute that felt like 3 hours. Um,
Oh.
that's basically what it is. It's not George Clooney's finest. If you're a fan of dark comedy, then this is it. If you liked like Burn After Reading or like Very Bad Things, I think are some good movies to kind of reference, then this might be a movie for you because it's ridiculous how these things fall apart, or like those coincidences that are like eye rolling of the effect. You're just like, oh, of course that would happen,
Yeah.
or cue in so and so. Oh, of course, perfect timing type thing. One of those kind of by chance. So that's it. That's my review of this movie. Would I see it again? I would not, but take from that as you will. It wasn't the worst movie that I've seen. It did have good moments, and again, it's really well acted. I felt I don't know. I feel like after it's done, when it said directed by George Clooney, I felt it just been like like Hollywood just doesn't care anymore, does it? They're just like, yeah, go ahead, George, do it, dude, just fucking do what you want. Just throw your name on it. I don't even think he
Just
directed
take
it.
it.
I wonder if he just showed up and someone else directed it, and he's just like, yeah, I can just sit in this chair for 3 months, right? And we'll just put my name on it. Like, that's how this works. Oh, that's a mean thing for me to say. I don't know what he actually did. Now I'm being petty. That's my time. That's my time.
Do you yield
Well, I
the
don't know how to.
remainder of your time?
Well, I mean, take it from me. Well, if you're a fan of dark comedies, then I'm sure you will like this movie. Like more so, because there were people that did laugh in the theater. I don't know why. Like it's one of those who are just like, that's just the part you would laugh at. But again, this is an audience that like laughs at dark movies or these dark comedies, and obviously there's an audience for it. There's not much of one, uh,
Sure.
but nonetheless it is there. I don't know. I guess was Hail Caesar one, or was that just like?
That was that was one of those ones that I just didn't find funny whatsoever.
I don't know. It's again these Coen Brothers. I feel like I'm missing the mark on a lot of them. This one was clearly a dark comedy or George Clooney's attempt at one. I think I've said that. I think I can't repeat it anymore. You know, like if you're curious, check it out. Maybe it's on if it's on TV. I can't even say that. Yeah, Jordan, get in here. So I don't. I'm shitting all over this movie. I'm trying to sell to Ed, and you're sitting there just letting me do it. Get in here and
No, yeah.
tell me about Jigsaw.
So I'm representing Jigsaw tonight. So here we go. Ed, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Bud,
Do I like blood? In films, I love
Movies.
blood.
Do you love gore?
I do love gore.
Do you love a stupid plot that makes no sense, but it's still fun to see people get decapitated?
No.
What?
Well, Jigsaw's not for you. So, guys, this movie is absolutely horrendous, and I had to sell this to Ed, but I can't. So I was really excited to see this though because the first three movies were just absolute gold for me. The 2004, that is one out of many theater experiences that I'll never forget because of the ending, of course, of the first movie where he raises up at the end. And of course, number two we saw in theaters. Number three we saw in theaters. After number three, I was checked out.
Yeah.
After that, I watched on DVD. Just completely checked out. This movie, I'm not going to go in far detail like Eric did because I saw movies. So let me just piss on your parade. Plays 10 years after the last Saw movie. And there's a
Okay.
new Jigsaw killer. Cat. There is a cult of Jigsaw killers. Once one Jigsaw killer gets captured or killed, steps in to take over the reins. So the whole point is their goal is to be like the stonecutters in The Simpsons. A secret society of jigsaw killers will always continue to go on until man does not exist, essentially. You have a group of people, beginning trap, that all know Jigsaw somehow, the original Jigsaw killer. One of the victims was his neighbor. Another victim was a drunk driver who ran it over and killed his nephew. You know what I mean? One of them was a realtor. Like just all of these five people in the games, oh, in Jigsaw's life.
Okay.
Here comes the big twist. There's three twists in this movie. So I said on this because I get confused. I had to read the plot when I went home because I was confused. So while all this game is going on, you do have, of course, the police trying to figure out who did it and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Spoiler alert, the main character of the movie, Nelson, the Jigsaw killer, just like in the other ones, you got to pay attention to the beginning, fellas,
Yep.
because you get everything there in the beginning. The second twist, okay, so I lied. There's not three twists. There's two. The game that you saw with that game of the traps did not happen. It happened 10 years ago. So
Oh,
the
no.
Nelson character, who is the new Jigsaw, right? He's been Jigsaw for the past 10 years. What you saw was not modern day, it was 10 years ago day, which
Oh, God.
would be in 2014 because I went into a bunch of fans websites. The websites have the Saw timeline go from 2004 until 2014. So you thought this was 2014, but it's actually 2004.
Well,
That is
The
hard.
kills are
That is
fun.
heartbreaking.
well, wait a second
The
then,
last kill
because
was,
that.
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you up. When did the original Jigsaw die then? Because he died in like three, right? 3 or 4.
He died in the third movie, but those all took place within weeks to months with each other.
Oh. Okay.
Why? That's why. I mean, if you want to go in order, the last Saw movie takes place like a year after the first one.
Yeah, we're gonna need a chart on that one.
Yeah. So, but the reason why that I'm going to sell it to you, Ed, on this one is simply this: the kills are fun. It is, which makes absolutely no sense. This movie you think is in modern day, but it's not in modern day. It's 10 years ago kills with lasers. They wouldn't
stop it.
really, you know what I mean? So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, but it was cool though. This guy had like a Venus flytrap on his head. We're up in the air, and the lasers were
A
closing
penis
down.
flytrap.
Oh,
Pretty much. Oh, zing. So, I mean, you had some interesting kills. It just, the kills didn't make sense because the kills in this movie were so much more elaborate compared to. It just doesn't make sense in the timeline of the movie. But
Okay.
this again is a flashback as John Kramer's Jigsaw. He's back in it. He's been dead since the third movie, but this is the eighth one, and he's back in it. So I'm just going to say this one point, just completely different. But if you're going to reboot a horror franchise that's just deader than a doornail, do what Cult of Chucky did. Be reviewing that movie in the future, and this is not a spoiler, but in the Cult of Chucky, all in the Chucky movie comes to fight Chucky.
You
Because
literally
this
just
franchise,
spoiled the whole movie.
that's the first
I'm not
time
trying to
it
spoil
annoyed
it, but the Titanic sinks in the end.
yeah.
Obvious is that if you're going to go ridiculous and make an eighth movie in a franchise that has not been around since 2011, I do it. If you're going to go ridiculous, go ridiculous. Have the killer be Jigsaw's bastard son that we never knew he had, or something. You know what I mean? Like, why would you ever do this? And so I guess my sell to you is, Ed, Saw movies, you're not going to get anything that's different.
Okay.
So now it's your turn, Ed. Should you go see?
Oof. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you both gave pretty awful arguments towards both of these movies.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
both sound pretty horrible. Like, neither of you were fans of these movies.
Nope.
And, you know, I have to say, going into the weekend when we were talking about the movie to pick, I mean, I was more excited about Suburbicon simply because of everything that Eric had said. You know, I mean, you got George Clooney, you've got the Coen brothers, you know, you've got Matt Damon, and it actually looked like in the previews, in trailers, it looked like it could be something that was, you know, pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But I had simultaneously I had zero expectations for Jigsaw. I've seen the first couple of Saw movies, and I liked the first couple, but after that they were just horrible. So having zero expectation for that movie, and having it met said level of expectation, versus having a high level of expectations for Suburbicon and it having severely disappointed, you know, I think if I had to pick based upon that, I mean, I would have to pick the Jigsaw movie only because it met said level of expectation or disappointment. Like it was, you know, it's like you go into a restaurant that is serving $100 steaks. You expect that $100 steak to be fucking great. Or you can go to McDonald's and get your dollar cheeseburger. If you go into that restaurant with a $100 steak and it tastes like it was cooked at the Applebee's down the road,
Oh,
you're going to be extremely disappointed. Whereas you know what you're getting when you go into McDonald's for that, you know, quarter pounder with cheese. You know, same thing. The level of disappointment sort of spoiled it. Eric, although you did a great job of explaining the movie and you gave it in its entirety, I mean, I have to side with Jordan on this one. He won based upon the fact that he had the shittier level of expectation.
well, here's the thing too. I was gonna say before you go in, I was just like, Jigsaw is an hour and a half, and the other movie is an hour 45. And that already alone, that if you could save 15 minutes of your life for that, yeah, I'd say it's already worth it. I mean, the reviews, IMDb is giving different. I mean, obviously, or actually, a lot of the most every review site is giving it in favor to Jigsaw. I would do the
Oh.
same if I had a choice. I would definitely not want to go see Suburbicon again and go see Jigsaw. Yeah, that's. And again, like I feel like Suburbicon could have been a lot better. It could have delivered a lot more if it decided to take a few things, a lot of things out and focus a bit more on a few other things, whether it be their the characters that they had, or maybe more of a tension building scenario. But this is a dark comedy. It's not going to be for that. Otherwise, it would have been a drama instead. Eh. And in that case, I just
Okay.
explained to you a movie that didn't know what the hell it was. Jigsaw knows, at least if Jordan said, knows exactly what it is. So that's basically what it is. Um, Jordan decided to go kill himself, everybody.
Apparently, I have no idea where he went.
So we'll
Okay.
leave it at that then.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to the great show that we have here. Movie Guys Podcast. We always appreciate everybody that downloads and listens to our episodes. You can find us on Twitter at Movie Guys Pod. Of course, Facebook, Movie Guys Podcast. And, of course, movieguyspodcast.com. Or, always podbean.movieguyspodcast.com. So thank you, everybody, so much for the downloads. We greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to send us the feedback on social media like we said. And everybody have a great week.
Thanks.
Night.